So we recently reviewed the Redmi Note 11 on our channel, and while that's a phone many expected to be a clear winner under Rs 15,000, I personally have been more excited for this, the Redmi Note 11s. However, contrary to the previous S series phones, Xiaomi actually launched this for a considerable price bump. Now I understand the factor of increase in manufacturing of a device, not to forget the factor of chip shortage as well. But the big question still remains, is the Redmi Note 11s a good device, and more importantly, is it worth the new bumped up price tag? Well, that's what this video is all about. This is Varun from GTR and you're watching my in-depth review of the Redmi Note 11s. Let's get started. Alright, so if you're new here, let me just give you a brief. We'll start by focusing on different aspects of the phone, like the design, display, camera, performance, battery life, and basically then the verdict. So let's just kick things off by starting about the design here. And the Note 11s feels very comfortable in hand thanks to its matte finish and slight curves on both the sides of the rear end, which makes it feel very grippy. Now, the phone also scores good in one-handed usage as well. The design cues are definitely taken from the predecessor. And thanks to all of that, the company has this distinct quality of creating phones that are sleek and minimal to look at and have a better in-hand feel. Now, the phone is available in 3 color options, namely Polar White, Horizon Blue and Space Black, and as you can see, we have the black color variant with us. However, we had the Note 11 in the blue color variant, so like I said, you can check out that review as well if you want to see how the blue finish of the Note 11s would look like, because technically speaking, they're both having basically the same body. Speaking about the body, there's nothing flashy on the back panel apart from the camera housing on the top. Now, due to this camera module, the phone does wobble from the top side when used on flat surfaces, but despite that, in hand the phone does not feel top heavy despite weighing in at 179 grams. In fact, the weight distribution on this is very good considering the fact that this packs in a 5000 mAh battery. You also get IP53 protection against dust and water splashes. Now, in terms of connectivity, you have a 3.5mm headphone jack with support for high-res audio, an IR blaster that Xiaomi is known for, a USB-C port for charging at the bottom, and a stereo speaker which basically uses the earpiece for the left or right channel depending on how you hold it. The power button also houses the fingerprint scanner, and in my testing, it worked flawlessly. So yeah, all in all, the Redmi Note 11s has a body that's similar to the Redmi Note 11, which is basically a minimal form factor that feels very good in hand and yeah, is a very practical design. Next up, we have the display, which is the same once again as the Redmi Note 11. You have a 6.43-inch Full HD Plus 90Hz AMOLED panel with a 180Hz touch sampling rate. You have a peak brightness of 1000 nits and is quite good for outdoor usage too. Now, it comes with Corning Gorilla Glass 3 protection for the display, and there's also support for wideband L1 on this. So content consumption on this is amazing. Speaking of which, the dual speakers that I mentioned previously have a good audio output here, which works very well. Unfortunately, there is no support for HDR here, which is a bummer for me personally, but I doubt many folks will find that as a con, so it is what it is. Alright, so moving along, let's talk about this camera setup right here. On paper, you have a 108MP primary shooter with an 8MP ultra-wide sensor and a pair of 2MP macro and depth sensors. Up front, you get a 16MP selfie shooter. Now, similar to the vanilla Redmi Note 11, I am once again disappointed here that Xiaomi did not give us those 5MP macro sensors that they are known for. I mean, these 2MP sensors are basically pointless, they don't do anything. So yeah, might as well just remove those sensors. Anyway, on to the actual camera performance. Now, in daylight shots, the Redmi Note 11s churns out great shots with good detail and tries to deliver good dynamic range on most of its shots. Now, in some cases, there are some imperfections in some texture shots if you take a closer look, but on the whole, they're still pretty good. The phone also comes with an 108MP mode, which basically lets you capture more details if you're interested in that kind of photography, but be ready for the processing times here. Now, as far as human shots are concerned, they're good, and the skin tones are realistic too. The edge detection in portrait mode works very well too. In terms of selfies, the images are good for the most part, however, you can notice some over sharpening here and there. Now, for low light shots, there is some noise in the shots, but the overall results are definitely good. The highlights are balanced, and while the low light performance here is nothing to boast about, it's still better than most phones in the segment. As for videos too, the overall performance is decent, except for the fact that the Note 11s can only record at 1080p 30fps. There's not even an option for 60fps here. Now, as always, if you don't agree with our analysis of the camera shots, you can directly download them from the download link mentioned in the description box to just check them out for yourself and analyze those shots for yourself. Alright, now let's talk about the performance. We get the MediaTek Helio G96 processor coupled with LPDDR4X RAM and UFS 2.2 storage. And in terms of benchmarks, the Note 11s performs really well. The device does feel a bit warm to the touch when stress testing it, but nothing out of the ordinary. As for gaming, BGMI runs at Smooth Plus Ultra or HD Plus high settings. Now the gameplay is good to be honest, although you will experience stutters when gaming for a while. Now, just to give you an idea of the thermal throttling here, in the CPU throttle test for 15 minutes, the device throttled to 67% of its peak performance. So there's that. But then again, keep in mind that that is when you're pushing the device to the limit. For day-to-day tasks, and even if you're using the phone for gaming for an hour or so, the phone's performance is pretty good and you won't really have much to complain there. Now, one thing that I would like to stress on is the software part here. You see, while the OS is optimized and you do get MIUI 13 out of the box, it is still based on Android 11. Now, just to give you a reminder, Android 12 was officially launched on October 4th. It's been 5 months since the official launch of Android 12. So I think it's high time that manufacturers start shipping devices with Android 12 out of the box. I mean, I like the fact that you get all of the features of MIUI 13, but you do not get the privacy enhancements and the overall security updates of Android 12 that a phone should come with. And the reason why I'm stressing on that is because Xiaomi is the market leader in this segment. I mean, as an individual brand, if you divide BBK into their segment parts, then yes, Xiaomi is the market leader. And as the leader, you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. Xiaomi needs to step up their game and introduce all of their phones with Android 12 and also roll out the Android 12 update for this device as soon as possible. Alright, so lastly, there's the battery life. You get a 5000 mAh battery with a 33 watt charger inside the box. Now, as far as battery backup is concerned, the phone easily gets by 1 to 1.5 days of medium usage, and you can even push it to 2 days of usage if you want to. Now, as far as charging is concerned, you can juice it from 0 to 100 in a little over an hour, which once again is pretty good. This basically brings us to the big question. Is the Redmi Note 11 is good? Absolutely. I mean, sure, there are a few nitpicks here. I mean, could the screen have been 120Hz? Could we have had a 5MP macro sensor? Could we have had support for 5G bands? Maybe. But even without them, the Note 11s offers a great user experience that's stable, works very well, and is quite reliable. The only cloud that hovers over the Redmi Note 11s is the price factor. The phone comes at the starting price tag of $16,500 for the 6 plus 64GB variant, which, as you would expect, is almost never available. Which basically makes the starting price tag of this phone at $17,500 for the 6 plus 128GB variant. Now, at that price point, the phone faces heavy competition from the likes of the Realme 9 Pro and the Moto G71, both of which are powered by the comparatively powerful Snapdragon 695 processors and are also 5G devices. There's also the Redmi Note 10 Pro at that price, provided you can get a stock for the same. So yeah, at the end of the day, the Note 11s is a great device. But is it the best phone under rupees 20,000? Well, for that you will have to wait for our comparison videos. So make sure that you're subscribed to our channel and have the bell icon turned on for whenever those comparison videos goes live. Also, speaking of those comparison videos, make sure to comment down below which phone you would like us to see the Note 11s compare first with the 9 Pro or the Moto G71 or any other device of your choice. And well, that was it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to let us know by giving us a thumbs up and, like I said, subscribing to our channel like I always do. Till then, this is Van from GTR and I'll see you in the next one.